This is Antonio, and I'm sitting here with our client, 𝗖𝗟𝗓𝗏 𝗏𝗧, and our client has become conversational in only 2 months. And I thought I'm just inviting him for an interview to talk about the story on how exactly we have helped him to become conversational and inspire you to become also conversational. So first of all, congratulations, Dennis. Very, very well done. And well, first of all, I would like to ask you in Spanish. So you show your fantastic level of Spanish. So, en primer lugar, Denis, ¿podrías presentarte?
Bueno, hola a todos, mi nombre es Denis y soy de los Estados Unidos. Tengo 41 años. Nací en Arabia Saudita, pero soy medio vietnamita y medio irlandés. Ahora vivo en Mallorca, Palma de Mallorca, desde hace 2 años. Y antes de Mallorca, estaba viviendo en muchos otros lugares. Por ejemplo, Tokio, Shanghai, Londres, Ámsterdam. Bueno, mis hobbies son comer, cocinar, viajar y tocar a piano.
Piano, perfecto, perfecto. Now I would like to speak in English, so you talk a little bit about your experience here working together. So first of all, I would like to ask you, how did you feel before starting the program together? How did you feel when it came to talking to locals in Mallorca, etc.? So your experience before starting.
Yeah, so before starting, it's a bit frustrating because when you live in Spain and you don't speak Spanish, you feel like you're missing out on something. And so my husband here, he has a lot of friends, and actually I would say maybe half of them don't speak English. So there's these awkward times where we're hanging out and he's always having to translate, or people are translating for us in between us. And I think one day I just thought, why? I mean, I live here in Spain and I should be able to communicate with the people here. So why not just learn Spanish?
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
And it completely changes your life, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that after having learned Spanish, then when I speak to these people now and we're able to have this conversation, first of all, they're shocked. They're like, oh my God, like, this is so cool that we can finally talk to each other. And for the first time, I'm getting to know people. Also, let's say, for example, when I went to restaurants, of course, I memorized how to say, can I have this? Can I have this? But now I feel confident to go into a place. They might say something to me, but I feel, okay, I'm not scared. I don't have to memorize phrases just to go somewhere. And yeah, that's how it was before I learned Spanish.
Yeah. And now, how do you feel after becoming conversational, after working together 2 months? Because it's only 2 months.
Yeah.
And how do you feel now?
First of all, there's a lot of things in my head. So of course, after 2 months, when you smash all this knowledge and this new stuff in your head, it can be quite confusing. But at the same time, I think I feel great because, like I said before, being able to converse with people, you kind of see things in a different way, and I really like that. I mean, I will be honest, it's also frustrating too, because I want to say more and I want to do more. But this comes over time, and I had to remind myself that yeah, just practice every day and speak to people every day, and it comes over time more naturally. I'll be able to speak more quickly, and yeah.
But the thing is, if you see yourself like 2 months ago and you see yourself now, how does your, let's say, everyday life look like in Spain? Or, well, you spend also time not only in Mallorca, you spend time also in Granada, for example. So what happens?
Exactly. So I'm glad you brought up Granada, because that's a really good point. So I went with Granada with a friend, and she doesn't speak Spanish. And typically, I mean, I've been to Spanish cities before traveling, but without knowing Spanish, right? So when I do this, I have to stay within the comfort zone, right? So if I like, for example, I wouldn't go to a super local place to eat because then I'm afraid, oh, I don't know if I can talk to them, and things like this.
Yeah.
Now I don't care. I will go everywhere. My friend, she was super impressed. She's like, oh my God, like look at all this Spanish you're speaking now. And for me, I just feel more comfortable. Like I feel like I don't have to hold back anymore. And I feel like I can just do everything. And it's a really great feeling.
That's fantastic. I'm super happy. And also, I wanted to ask you, what did you like the most here so far about the program in general?
So I would have to say, I'm more the type of learner that likes grammar. I know that it's very important to be speaking every day, of course, but for me, I'm a very structured learner. And what I really like is the platform for all the grammar, like all the videos that are in there, because they're all in small enough segments so that you can take in one thing every day, right? If you do too much, you'll forget. But one small thing every day, and then you practice. And then after you've done more videos, then you practice back, because one of the most important things to remember is to review and to review. And then once I learn something, then I tell people I learned this today, and then I start practicing with people. And so I really like the structure of the platform.
Great. And how many sessions do we normally do per week?
So we do 2.
Only 2. Only 2
so
sessions.
We just do 2, but of course the real sessions are the ones where I'm speaking to people every day.
Exactly. That's the point. And also something very important and very interesting in your case, in your situation. Do you always live in Mallorca?
No. So the thing is, I'm half in Mallorca, half in Berlin, because I work for a company in Berlin. So obviously I don't have the opportunities much to speak when I'm in Berlin, but of course you can always find the opportunities. So like, for example, at work, there are many people that are Spanish speakers. And when I told them I started to learn Spanish, they're like, oh, like they want to help you, and they want to practice with you. So
yeah, for sure, because even you are not living all the time in Mallorca, I knew that maybe would be a challenge in your situation. So that's why we fixed that, and we agreed on having conversations with people even when you are in Berlin. So even that's not an excuse, basically. That's not an excuse.
No.
And also something important, are you busy on a daily basis?
Yeah, so I'm quite busy with work. I'm typically working all day, all night. Like, it's really bad, but a bit too much work. But at the same time, for me, especially when there's something important, like this is important for me. I want to do this. I want to learn Spanish. And in these cases, I make the time.
Of course.
So I don't say I don't have time, because I can say I don't have time for everything. But I have to make the time. And for me, that's the most important. If it's late at night, which usually when I send you messages saying what I did that day, it's usually late at night. That's okay, because I choose to do that because I want this.
Of course. But something I think it's helping you a lot is also it's really flexible. You can deliver your task whenever, whatever. And that's also something very important. And I knew that from the very beginning, because you are working many hours, you have other commitments. So
exactly. And as you know, that sometimes if I know that I'm going to be out later, or if I'm going to be drinking later, then I will be at the beach, and I will send you pictures that I'm at the beach doing Spanish.
That's great. It's fantastic. So well, and last but not least, who would you recommend this program to?
So I think there's a couple different people that I would like, types of people that are trying to learn languages. So obviously the first thing is that you want to learn Spanish. I think that's the most important. I think if you don't have this desire, you probably won't complete it, because no surprise, it's not easy. No language is easy. I think many people tell me, oh, you've learned other languages, so you're a talent for learning languages. I don't think that's the case, actually. You just have to put in a lot of time and a lot of hard work, and it's always difficult. But this program in particular is great for people that need a bit of a kick in the ass, because for me, I have done everything you can think of. I've done Duolingo and Babble and books and YouTube videos and these things. And I will say that to a certain point of success, yeah, you can use some of them to gain a bit of knowledge, but not to this point of fluency. So what I really like about this particular program is that there is a pressure to do stuff every single day. And I think this pressure is something that I needed, because otherwise I'll say, oh yeah, I'll put in my calendar that I'll study for 30 minutes and blah, blah, blah. But then when it comes to my calendar and nothing is pushing me, I don't do it. I'm like, oh, but I'm so busy. I need to finish this, and blah, 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 so I just don't do it. But with this program, you would be surprised that like every day without fail, I'm doing something. And yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe I felt like you're police or something, and but it's necessary, right? I think you gave me one example where I've taken classes before, and they tell you to do homework. Of course, I forget to do the homework, or I don't do it. And then when I get to the class, they're like, oh no, that's fine. That's fine. We'll talk about it now. No, it's not fine. It's you need to push. Otherwise, instead of 2 months, it'll be 2 years, if anything, or you just quit.
Yeah, that's completely true. Yeah, they give you like a pad, no worries, next time. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Exactly.
Yeah, the account. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so for people that are busy and it's difficult to find time, but you want to make the time, and you want this consistency, and you want help to push you for consistency, because you know from past experiences that you can't do it, then this program is really good.
Perfect. So Dennis, thanks a lot for the interview, and let's keep crushing it, because still 2 months. We have 2 months, so
I mean, obviously I'll be fluent. I mean,
of course. So big hack, and let's keep crushing it.
All right.
Perfecto.